So here we are, back up with my Cholla again, and they've all been repotted. So the Cylindropuntia molesta, the molesting cactus, that one's growing really well now. I put a stick on the side there because these are like arboretus ones, which they kind of like send out roots, air roots, just like this one here. But this one's looking really good. So the top side is actually developing over another section, or maybe a flower. That's Cylindropuntia molesta. Look beautiful. Yeah, I had to remove half. I had to remove half that soil because the soil was too much vermilic, you know. So yeah, here's the Cylindropuntia fulgida, the hanging fruit chain cholla. I repotted that one, so now the bottom is level with the actual soil. That one's looking really good. It's grown a couple more inches, and it's got a new segment coming out as well. Bear with me, this is a new camera. So there's a little green segment coming out here, and a lot of people get confused between these ones here. They think it's the ones that are legal to take away from the Joshua Reserve, but they're not. This is the Cylindropuntia fulgida, the hanging fruit chain cholla. It looks similar, but if you look at this one, compare it to the Cylindropuntia bigelovi, the spikes are more dense. So basically you see gaps in here, see all the gaps here in between all the spikes and the air holes. Now with the bigelovi, you don't see any of that. It's completely covered. The spikes are completely covered, they are real dense. Now I've got two new arrivals here. Miquali, and Cylindropuntia, what's it called? Spizar. Well, I'll get them right. I'll get them right anyway. Oh, I unpacked these ones yesterday. You might be asking me why they in a what you call in a big pot. Well, since I haven't got any other small pots, I'll put them into the big ones here. And when they put a bit more size on, then I'll put them into bigger pots. So this is the blue cholla. As you can see, it's starting to give off some blue. Hang on, let's see if it's still hitting it. Yeah, you can see a bit of blue on there. But once it gets a bit more bigger and a bit more mature, then you'll see the blue. And this is the cane cholla, which gives you a nap, I tell you. Bit of a nip. Because when I was unpacking this one, in the photos it looks pretty big, but it wasn't this small. But if you touch the spikes, they're extremely painful, which is really good actually. Now I've got another fulgida here. That one's slowly getting back to normal again, so I repotted it, put some new soil as well, or new compost. Just got to keep an eye on it. Now here I've got a molesta cutting. Looking really good, that one is. I've actually like put it more to the middle now so I can spread out, because once it gets, well, once there's like two more stems, then I'm going to pass it on to the lady who does my haircut, because I did promise her one. Now this one I'm trying to suss out what it is. Trying to anyway. Just go look up on the internet. It could be a what you call a limbricker or spinifer, one or the other. It's extremely hairy. Now these two here, they are Cylindropuntia fulgidas again. Now what I'm planning to do down in Falmouth, we've got these Fox Rose Hill Gardens. Now I've asked for cutting one of theirs, but I'll make sure it's a biggish one. Then I'm going to pass on one of these. But these ones here, they have to be in the greenhouse. They can't be left outside because they're too dangerous to be left outside compared to the one they've got now. Even though the one they've got now is pretty mature and big, it turns into a little bit of a bush. This one, you can't really leave outside because it's the fruit chain Cholla, or the hanging fruit chain Cholla, which basically it forms a tree and it drops little balls of little balls, and drops them on the floor and they germinate that way. Now once they reach a certain height, that's when the segments actually start to become very loose, and that's where they get the term jumping cactus. The segments are so loose, a bit of wind gets up, it'll knock him over, look like he's jumping. If you get near it, say an inch or so, it'll latch onto you, look like he's jumped onto you. Now, that's happened quite a lot of times to me. But I don't mind the pain, to be honest. Now in the middle here, we have the, apparently the nastiest one going is the Hudson pear, Cylindropuntia rosea. Now this one's a really good one. I'm surprised it's actually living this long. It's looking really good. Yeah. Cylindropuntia spinifer and Cholla, the blue Cholla. Now all the cactus are looking really good at the moment, but I've got these I've got some just bits of wood, bits of branches, and what I'm going to do eventually, I'm going to get more branches and I'm going to put them in front of the fulgidas. No, not fulgida, but in front of the Cylindropuntia fulgida, mainly because they have air roots and they like to cling onto like a branch or a tree, so they stable themselves, and then the roots can be more stable as well. So I'm going to put some in front of it, and let's just hope they keep growing. Now what I want to know is what makes these cactus so dangerous. For me, I don't understand that whatsoever. Because a lot of people say to me, your cactus are so dangerous. I said, well, if they're so dangerous, why are they in my room? Why am I collecting them? And they don't really scare me. They're fantastic to study. I study these cactus all the time. And plus I work as well, so it doesn't really bother me. Yeah. So these are looking good. I'll go for them once more. I'll go for the common names actually. Molista. Cylindropuntia molista. Sorry, common name. Molista. Pretty. Now to me, Cylindropuntia cacti, or the Cholla, they're pretty to me, but not to most people. So that's the Molista hanging fruit chain Cholla. That's the Hudson pear, which in a certain country is an absolute menace. Very invasive. And once it gets to a mature size, it can punch your car tires. And farmers, they do have real trouble because it clings onto like cattle, tires, humans, whatever. And that's how all Cholla actually germinate. They cling on to whatever's around them, and whatever makes them fall to the ground, again, they germinate there. These are two more hanging fruit chain Chollas. That was a bit of a mystery one, so I'm going to keep that one going. I'm going to wait until that one gets a bit bigger, and then I can identify it. Or I'm going to wait until it comes in flower, then I identify it. Molista, fruit chain Cholla, I call that the milk wild. and the cane Cholla. So there you go, people. I'll say that again about the jumping bit, which is quite funny actually, because I think it's with the Cholla, their stems, or the middle of the stems, let's say two stems together, right? And in the middle part, they are so delicate, and if you get a strong wind, or anything goes near it and nudges it by accident, it will drop on or drop onto the person and whatever. That's why they're called jumping cactus. Now, I think it was, I had another channel before this, but I deleted it. Now, I made a video of one Cholla I had, and it had loads and loads of little puppies on it, or little pups, or load of cuttings. So I decided to try something out on video. I got one of the cuttings, and I put it on the ground, or put it on the actual table. Now, I think this was Cylindropuntia bigelovi, the teddy bear cactus. Big problem. You're not allowed to have them in the UK because they're illegal to even take away from the Joshua Reserve, so I don't really bother even buying them, because you will have a hefty fine and you will have a long time in prison, so I don't really bother to bring them in. These ones here are fine, except for the teddy bear on. Well, anyway, I was just basically moving my hand back and forth like this, and I got about an inch away from the spike, and all of a sudden it just grabbed onto my finger, and I was in pain, man. That's the thing about these ones here. They've got inverted barbs, and basically, once they prick you, you bleed once. Now, the only way to take them out is you either use pliers or a comb. Now, if it comes to the spike itself, or the leaf, because basically the spikes are converted leaves, because the spikes defend it in the wild from being eaten and stuff. You've got to pull it out that way. But when you pull out the spike, your skin raises up at the same time, and if you let go by accident, it goes straight back down again, and you're in agony. And once you pull it out, you get second blood. You get first and second blood. Now, if you go on YouTube and type in jumping cactus, you will see Coyote, I think it's Coyote, and he falls in to a massive amount of Cylindropuntia bigelovi, teddy bear cactus. Look onto that, and you will see the reason why I like these cacti. They're absolutely fantastic to study. I mean, I'm trying to get the most dangerous ones going on this Cylindropuntia species, but these are okay for time being, because they actually are growing quite quick now. Really good now, since I've actually repotted them. So there you go, people. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to know anything about any of these ones here, don't give us a shout. And catch you later. Busy bye.